What is the difference between hearing music and listening to it? Many students frequently equate the two, but really they're not the same thing. Did you recognize the music at the beginning of this presentation? That was by Aaron Copland from his Appalachian Spring. In his book, What to Listen For in Music, Copland sought to explain the difference between hearing music and listening to it. He says that there's three basic layers of listening. The first is sensual listening, something that we all do, where we enjoy the music, we perceive it on a sensual level, but we don't really engage our minds. We're not really intellectually involved with it. So this is the kind of listening that we do maybe when we're shopping, sitting in a restaurant, maybe doing homework. Music in this case would just serve as background music. The second level Copland called expressive listening. This is where we try to attach some kind of meaning to the music. A lot of us do this by coming up with a story or we make our own personal association with the music. For example, let's say you're listening to a song, it might make you happy or sad, it might remind you of the past. We attach some kind of meaning to it. Now the problem with the expressive plane of listening is that it can be controversial in what meaning we attach. Stravinsky, the great Russian composer, proclaimed that his music was an object, it was a thing with a life of its own, with no meaning other than its own purely musical existence. So it's hard to say precisely what a piece means. But then again, Copland reminds us we shouldn't be going to the other extreme of denying music the right to be expressive. He says music does have an expressive meaning, but we can't say in so many words what that meaning is. Copland labeled the third level as musical listening. Perceiving music on this level means that we focus our attention on the music itself. We observe and enjoy the interrelationships between the different musical elements. Yo-Yo Ma, the great cellist, likened listening this way to a great conversation. He said, imagine having Einstein talk to you, or Gandhi. In a concert, Mozart and Bach are talking to you. It's the best of them communicating with you through time and space. You're listening to the crystallization of great minds. So that's one reason that you're going to be learning musical terms and practice listening to these ideas in order to recognize musical relationships. This will enable you to understand the language of the conversation. One of the purposes of this class is to open our mind to great music. Nothing wrong with listening to music on the sensual or expressive levels. In fact, Copland stated that we can perceive music on all three levels at the same time. I cannot stress enough how important it is to listen to the music that you have on your CDs over and over and over again. One question that might come up as you're doing this is, oh no, is listening to this stuff over and over again going to make me hate it? This may be true if you're listening to something that doesn't hold up, but the music that we have in this class, these pieces that are considered classics, have a lasting appeal. They've held up for many, many, many years. So actually, your appreciation of the music should improve with this kind of listening. The more you listen to a piece, it not only becomes more familiar, but we start to perceive more subtle musical relationships within that piece. So whether you're listening to Mozart or Duke Ellington or Lil Wayne, you can deepen your understanding of music by being more conscious and aware as a listener, not someone who's just listening, but someone who's listening for something.